On Kenya's coast, where the Indian Ocean breathes against coral stone, there's a fortress that has watched empires arrive like tides and retreat the same way. This is the story of a place built to command, a sentinel of stone that has witnessed centuries of ambition, conflict, and change. Fort Jesus rises above Mombasa's old port, a colossal structure built by the Portuguese between 1593 and 1596. Its design, a masterpiece of Italian Renaissance military architecture, was intended to project power across the lucrative Indian Ocean trade routes. Shaped like a man when viewed from above, it was a symbol of European dominance carved into the African coastline. But this was never just architecture. It was a statement. The fort's thick sloping walls were engineered to deflect cannon fire, while its own cannons aimed out at the sea lane, a constant reminder of who controlled the harbor. It was the key to Mombasa, and whoever held the fort held the gateway to East Africa's immense wealth. For over a century, it was the cornerstone of Portuguese authority in the region. From these walls, cannons could speak across the water, enforcing control over the dhows and galleons laden with spices, gold, and ivory. Fort Jesus didn't just guard the port, it policed the entire network of trade that flowed through this strategic choke point. It was a nexus of power, a place where cultures clashed and commerce was conducted under the shadow of military might. Life and death in the old town below were dictated by the flag that flew from its ramparts. But no empire lasts forever. In 1696, Omani forces began a siege that would become one of the longest and most brutal in history. For nearly 3 years, the small Portuguese garrison held out against starvation, disease, and constant attack. The fort that was designed to be impregnable became a tomb. By the time the walls were finally breached, only a handful of defenders remained. The siege marked the beginning of the end for Portuguese rule in the region. Over the centuries that followed, Fort Jesus changed hands again and again at least 9 times. It was held by the Omani Sultanate, then by local Swahili rulers, then retaken by the Portuguese, only to be lost once more. Each new master left their mark on its walls, adding, rebuilding, and adapting the structure to their own needs. The fort became a layered manuscript of history, its stones telling a story of shifting allegiances and the relentless struggle for control. By 1895, with the establishment of the British East Africa Protectorate, the fortress took on its darkest role. Its impenetrable walls, once designed to keep enemies out, were now used to keep people in. It was converted into a prison, its courtyards and barracks transformed into cells. The echoes of soldiers were replaced by the silence of prisoners, and for over 60 years, Fort Jesus was a place of confinement and despair, its military past buried under a new, somber purpose. Today, the cannons are silent. The fort is no longer a prison, but a museum, a keeper of memory. In 2011, Fort Jesus was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to its incredible history and architectural significance. It stands not as a symbol of conquest, but as a monument to the resilience of a city and a coastline that have absorbed the histories of so many. It remains, watching over the ocean, a timeless chronicle written in stone. Thanks for watching.